everybody, I'm Bree the Plant Lady, and today I am finally, after I think 3 months of talking about it, weeding this bed and gonna do kind of a final overseeding to make sure that this cottage border looks its best for the spring open garden, which is scheduled for Saturday, May 13th from noon to 4 p.m. You can click the link in the description for more information. So basically, I'm mostly just weeding. The things that are in here that are a problem, primarily henbit and vetch with some chickweed. And once I've got it all cleaned up, I'll be able to scatter some more seeds. I'm unfortunately out of poppies, so I'm just going to be going through my seed stash and see what I have that's appropriate for this time of year. As you can see, it's unseasonably warm here. It's nearly 70 degrees in the middle of January here in central North Carolina, Zone 7. So I'm going to take advantage of this beautiful weather and get this finally checked off my to-do list. So I'm about halfway through, and you can see there's lots of open space that I can scatter seeds in. And I've gotten my wheelbarrow relatively well full. Let me show you some of the weeds that I've got in here. Of course, you know, you end up picking some good stuff too, but this lamium is one of the more wide spreading ones, but you can see it's easy to pull out at this stage. Especially since we had rain yesterday. Everything is nice and easy. Vetch is the main thing. And vetch is really hard to get the entire root system of, but I've been pretty diligent about getting as much as I can, as you can see there. You see, vetch is kind of a ground cover, cool season spreading legume. It does fix nitrogen, so it has a positive quality, but if you let it go, it'll just take over the bed. It'll become really dense. It sets a million seeds, and basically anywhere where you rip a root off, it actually will re-sprout. So I'm hoping that timing wise, I'm good. Middle of January, these plants won't have enough time to really grow back out before the stuff that I want to have grow fills in, the poppies, the larkspur, the bachelor buttons. So let me show you those things. Here we've got bachelor buttons. Next to it we've got poppy, that's the bread seed poppy, and here we have larkspur. And really the three of those things are the main components to my cottage garden scheme that blooms every spring. So you can see this is what they look like in the middle of January. These were self-sown. And then by May, in time for the open garden, it will have a complete and total transformation into a beautiful rainbow cottage garden display. So I'm going to keep on weeding. It's only taken me about 15 minutes to get halfway done, so I should have this completed in just a few minutes. Okay. I think that I am going to call this good. Inevitably, there will be more weeds, but for the most part, I think I combed through it pretty well, and you can see big open areas, and that's what I'm going to concentrate sowing another round of seeds into. I'm not going to really compete with the areas that have good density. Okay, now that the bed is pretty well weeded, I'm going to get busy seeding. And I've sorted through my seeds, everything in here. These seeds aren't really appropriate for this application of direct sowing in mass, but all these leafy greens are. So I've got a few different types of lettuce. I've got a couple different varieties of kale And I have my favorite Ms. America Mizuna, which has an incredible purple burgundy leaf. So in addition to planting these seeds, I am going to go ahead and transplant the lettuce out of this pot because it's really root bound and I know it would grow much better in the ground. And I still have a flat of violas that I bought last fall, back in October actually, that I am finally going to get planted once and for all. So I'm going to get busy getting this bed kind of really finished for the winter season. Now I'm just gonna take the seed packets and scatter in open areas where I think that the garden would benefit from some extra vegetation. As you can see, I concentrated the violas and lettuce transplants into one area here and another area across the sidewalk with violas and down at the end of the driveway. And then the rest of the bed was overseeded. At the last minute, I decided to go ahead and sow the seed that I don't really know what it is. I bought it in the Netherlands. I just figured, why the heck not just try it in mass? Along with all the rest of these seeds here. So I think in a couple weeks time, this border is really gonna start looking a bit more impressive and more colorful, and I can't wait to share updates. And a real quick lesson about why I am sowing seeds and not trying to transplant is really quite simple. Most of these cottage garden flowers that are growing in here have tap roots and they just don't transplant. So it's not really worth the effort. Easier just to grow fresh seeds. Well, I hope this video will serve as inspiration for you to take advantage of these unseasonably warm days that we are having right now and do some planting, continue to do some seeding, because really, what do you have to lose? You know, so many plants suffered from the holiday freeze, and this is kind of my way of saying, oh well, I'm just gonna keep moving on. Well, I have got to roll because David and Aiden are stuck on the side of the road. They have had some mechanic issues with the 67 Land Rover, so I've got to go pick them up. But I look forward to sharing updates from this garden and my entire property here in Central North Carolina, Zone 7. Thanks so much for watching, everybody.